What's up, guys? Chris here, back again with another video for you guys today. In tonight's video, I want to talk to you guys about how you can make coins today on Friday with the Road to the Knockout Team 2. Before we get into it, if you guys can just drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new around here, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let's hit 100 likes on this video, that'd be awesome as well. And I hope you guys can join us today on Friday. We're going to be live for a long time today. We're going to make a lot of coins. The last couple of Fridays, we've literally hit the lowest point in the market each week, and we made a lot of coins on the rebound. So make sure you guys are here with us on Twitch, twitch.tv/chrisrm22. The link will be in the description. You guys can get involved with that. So let's talk a little bit about tomorrow or today in terms of what's going to happen on the market. So the first part of your day is going to consist of a little bit of panic selling. That is what we've seen every single Friday so far this year. Regardless if we know who's in teams or not, we get panic selling. Cards are dropping. People are unsure what's going to happen around 6 p.m. and they're, maybe not selling, but they're hesitant in buying, and that's going to cause any little supply on the market to make it drop. So keep your eyes peeled for a couple different areas. One area of the market I'm really going to focus on today is the hero market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto the heroes page right here, and it's great that these guys actually have a full, team here that you guys can kind of keep track of. If you are seeing some of these guys and the rises they had on Thursday today, if you see them dropping tomorrow on Friday, please look to pick some of the stuff up. I remember buying a few heroes last week on Friday. I made like 10 to 12k on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I made like another 10 to 15,000 I think on Milito. Just keep your eyes peeled. Like this Lumberg went from 138 to 158 today. If that goes down to like the 140s, maybe like low 150s, look to pick some of that stuff up, because after all the supply, the market should rebound. It should go back up in price. A lot of these cards, especially the hero cards, because they get links that they get strong links to some of these top 5 league cards. So Lumberg was a really popular Thursday flip this week. Another card that really went up a lot today was Ole did well, and I believe one other card did very well today too. It might have been this Morientes guy. Just keep your eyes peeled for some of this stuff, right? Guys that are getting into people's teams. As you can see here, 230 goes all the way up to 265k today at a peak. He's now down a little bit at 252, but if you see some of these drop-offs today on the market, whether it's just before 6 p.m. content or, right after, I would really keep your eyes peeled for some of these cards, because there's a lot of coins to be made when the rebound does happen. And when will the rebound be? Well, over the last couple weeks, the rebound has always been at like 6:30 to 7. It's been a quick rebound, but there is a nice point in the market where you hit the lowest point and then you make some coins on meta golds, heroes, icons when they start to rise later on the nighttime. So keep your eyes peeled for some of these hero cards. Look at their graphs and see how far they dropped off tomorrow. Now, obviously, we're going to be having a new team tomorrow, so let me show you guys. If any of you guys are, scared of leaks or you don't want to look at that, please look away from the video right now, because I'm about to show you guys some cards that are getting in. So, apparently, Donk has Amavi, Tabsoba, Fred, Werner, Diatta, and Royce, and then there's a couple others in here as well. There's Elsha, and then there's also Frankie de Jong as well. So there's a good amount of players in this team too. Now, what I want you guys to look out for today, this isn't necessarily to make coins on the market, but I think a lot of you guys, if you have some of these cards, the de Jongs, the Freds, right, who are really inflated in price. Fred is up 800 coins in the market right now. Royce is up about 1,000 coins. I would be very careful with holding these cards past 6 p.m. today. And the reason for that is because the trend we've seen this year is that people will invest in these cards pre them going out of packs. The second they go out of packs, they are expecting these cards to rise in price, and they actually don't see that, and what ends up happening, they end up selling the card for a loss, or they just keep undercutting each other, and it just creates this whole panic scenario where the card starts to drop again. So just be careful with any of these cards if you do have them, guys. I would be very, very, very careful with that. I'm actually just checking this Benzema real quick, because there's a lot of 110s overnight. Someone just bought that 108. I just got a Benzema on bid at 101. So I'm going to try to get maybe like 109 to 110. Not a lot of profit to be made in here, but, anything is profit, right? So I'm going to go 110 for 12 hours. A little bit of profit there. But I have a lot of these Morello cards too because of SBC solution trading. that obviously, I think if the SBCs already expired, that probably won't work too well tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, I think just keep your eyes peeled for some of these gold cards. And another way that you guys can see these golds dropping out of packs too is if they don't get confirmed, like for the main team, they actually get confirmed for the mini release team, which comes out on Sunday. So what will happen is if De Jong isn't in today's team, but people know that he's going to be in Sunday's team, what's going to be a pretty good idea is you can, maybe get him at his lowest possible point today on Friday, and maybe wait till Sunday and sell him into the hype then as well. So keep your eyes peeled for some of the gold cards. If you bought them at discard, then fair play. You don't have to really sell them before. But if you want to take your quick cash, I would not risk it any further after 6 p.m. content. So going back to the heroes, right? We talked a little bit about them. How about icons, right? Icons are going to be very good once again today. If you see some of these really meta icons, now we'll look at the ones that have been going up the most over the last week or two, right? This George Best in particular, right? This George Best is up 100,000 coins from where he was, I believe, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, right? Keep your eyes peeled for some of these icons, the drop-offs you see. I remember last week I saw somebody on Twitter, he got 2 baby Del Pieros at 1 mil flat, on Friday. And that's because, and this is within seconds, by the way, he got these 2 Del Pieros at a mil flat. He then flipped them back up at 1.17 or something like that. But I would keep your eyes, peeled for these icons. The really meta ones, right? Your baby Seedorfs, maybe your 87 Hernandez, Crespo, Shevchenko could be a decent one, Del Piero, like Lam, maybe, like things like that. Just keep your eyes, focus on the icon market. Another thing you guys could do as well is, during the supply, right, go basic on your filter here. And we actually showed you guys that on last night's video, but I want to show you guys again, right, because I'm very helpful when it comes to the market. So you're going to go basic and you go to the 59 minute. Now, I would use this on your phone or on the web app because you can get here quicker. But you will see a lot of deals on icons today, specifically after 6 p.m. UK time, after, when all that pack supply is starting to come out. So I would definitely keep an eye out. Same with this, Roberto Carlos, too. If you see Roberto Carlos dropping a lot, right, maybe 1.1. Remember, Lodi's coming out today as well. That could create some panic on some of these cards. If you do see that, I do expect, and I'm confident that the market is going to rebound again after these Team 2 cards get released and all that supply dries up. You won't have as much supply happen at 6 p.m. in my opinion, because not as many people are holding their packs anymore. Because, last week, obviously, we had no promo team in packs on that Thursday. This week, we had Team 1 Road to the Knockouts. So people did open their marquee matchup packs today, and they also did open their Division Rivals rewards, including myself. I opened my rewards earlier today. Got absolutely nothing, but that's totally fine. So you're really going to want to, keep an eye out for around that 6 p.m. content drop. There's going to be a lot of market movements there, a lot of nice market movements you guys can make coins on, whether it's through icons, panic selling special cards. And again, if you're gonna buy a special card, make sure it's not somebody that is going to get released that day for the Road to the Knockout Team 2, right? Because we've seen this happen in the past, right? You go and invest in a card, and all of a sudden EA brings out a player that is in the same nation or the same league in that same position. And what that's going to happen is it's going to create split demand, right? People are obsessed with new cards. So if they see this old card, right, is dropping and they see this new one come out, they're going to be more than likely going to sell their old card to go and buy this new one. So, just make sure with the specials, that's a little bit of a risk in that. But we know what most of these cards are going to be tomorrow based on that leak on Twitter. So, I would definitely, look at Panic in the morning for sure. In and around 6 p.m. once again, last couple weeks we've hit the low point on gold metas, right? So what gold metas would I be particularly looking out for today on the market? Well, there's a good amount, right? So I would be keeping an eye out on cards that rose on Thursday. So Dembele, right? Let's see how far he drops, right? And people will ask me, do I buy this before 6 p.m. or just after? Well, the last couple weeks has been just after 6 p.m. We buy them the first 10 to 15 minutes after 6, and then they go up right after that. After all that supply, all that panic stops because the new promo came out. So, guys like Dembele, guys like Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, De Bruyne, Llorente would be a fantastic one in my opinion. Kimpembe would be a fantastic one. Rashford, Even guys like Marquinhos I'd be careful of because he's going back into packs for the first time tomorrow. Hernandez I would keep an eye on. Mendy I would keep an eye on. Sterling I wouldn't go really with Sterling. I would go with Hakimi, maybe Walker, Goretzka. Van Dijk is a great one. Van Dijk's a really good one, guys, because every single week he goes from like the 170s to like up another 20k. It's a really nice profit every single week. Davies also would be somebody I'm looking at because Davies for me, like, he's not like your average 82 overall card. Like, he rebounds quite nicely, so I'd keep an eye on him. And I'd keep an eye on Donnarumma too, right? A lot of the PSG links, they like to do well. Just keep your eye out for him because, today alone, he just went from 62,000 coins all the way up to 71 a little bit earlier. But as you can see here, 60,000 all the way up to 69. That's a very nice rise after rewards today. So I would definitely look at Donnarumma. That's somebody that I'm going to keep my eye on, right? See how far he drops down tomorrow because I do think there is going to be some panic tomorrow for sure. And we'll just have to see how far the panic goes right before 6. And if it's not a lot, if it's like only a couple of % down, then we'll wait a little bit after that. But if you see some massive price differences tomorrow, like just before 6, then yeah, you can even pull the trigger then. Like if you see Van Dijk at like 170 and under, right? That's somebody that I would definitely take an eye on. If you see Hakimi at like 150, if you see 150 or under, if you see this in like the 94, 93, right? Just keep your eyes peeled for that. I think I've said that a lot in this video. Keep your eyes peeled because you want to be looking at all parts of the market today. So there should be a rebound on these meta golds, but they have to hit their low point first. That is something that I want you guys to just get. So that's something we're also going to be doing today on the market. Another thing you guys can do to make coins today is kind of look out for some of the ones to watch cards. Some of the ones to watch cards may get panic sold. And if they do, right, if they have value beforehand, like if you look at, I'd be careful with a guy like Sancho because he went up a lot today because of the Fred link. But maybe I'm looking at like a ones to watch Griezmann or something like that, right? Or I'm looking at a ones to watch Ramos. If I'm seeing these guys just drop in price for no particular reason, maybe I'm keeping an eye out for them as well and seeing where they go today. Another thing on the market today is going to be silver trading. Now, I think a lot of you guys that came into my live stream earlier today said that you made a lot of coins today on silver cards because of the marquee matchups and the supply that it had. So what you're going to do today is get on bids, guys. Okay, that is another thing on Fridays where you can make so many coins. I say this every single Thursday night video into Friday, but making coins through bids on Fridays is the best thing to do because everybody's attention is focused on the new team, focused on the objective, the SBCs, whatever. But they're also focused on sniping more so. They're not focused on bidding. And I think a lot of people understand that bidding is something you have to have patience for, and I don't think a lot of people have patience when it comes to being on this market. So bids, regardless of what you're doing, right? If you're doing Premier League silvers, if you're doing La Liga silvers, if you're doing the low budget sniping filters like Brazil gold center backs, or if you're doing meta cards, right? Even getting on bids on meta cards. I got a KDB 2 weeks ago at 152. He then rebounded back up to 175, even though he was going for like 160 at that point when I got him at 152. So you can get some really nice bids on cards, even when, some of these guys are, really meta and a lot of people have their eyes on them. You could still get away with getting a lot of bids. Look at fodder bidding, look at silver bidding, look at gold non-rares, and look at meta cards because there's a lot to be made today on bids, in my opinion. And what do I think is going to happen after all this is going to happen? I expect the market to rebound. Your meta golds are going to go back up again. I think your icons are going to do very well. I think the icon market index right now is at 122.5 points. That tomorrow could easily be about 123.5 or 124. But I do think it could go down to about 120, 119, something like that. If you look at last Friday, this is the daily graph. So this is Friday right here. It's a little bit lower. Then it goes up the weekend. Goes a little bit lower here, but then again, like these are from like rebound prices. They're looking at average listings. So, these guys go back up to where they should be, and then they go up even until Monday. So you could buy a lot of these icons and even hold on to them if you're looking to buy for a team. You can buy an icon on Friday. That's something I'm going to be looking to do on the second account because I want to buy one of the big boys. If I see panic on them, I'm going to look to pick that up. One last thing I want to talk to you guys about, and it's kind of like avoiding me right now. I'm trying to think of what I was thinking of when it came to the market today. I don't know why it's escaping me right now. One swatches, road to the knockouts, market index. I guess you could look at your SBC fodder as well. Today, they are going to get a bit more supplied. If you want to do a little bit of a club stock, you could do that. I mean, right now, you can even do a club stock. But if you want to get on bid on a Partey at 700 or a Zapata at 700, if you want to get these guys at the absolute lowest of lows, you could do that, in my opinion. So that's something you guys can definitely take a look out for today with supply. A lot of these like 86s, 87s, they have gone up over the past, couple days. But these are, with all the packs that we're going to be getting tomorrow, I do expect there to be a little bit of a drop-off on the fodder market. So, keep an eye out for that. You can get on bids on those cards too. And you can make a lot of coins that way just by, bidding on them a little bit lower than where they are currently on the market and then flipping them right away for what they sell for at that current moment. So, there's a lot of coins to be made on fodder tomorrow or today, depending on, what time zone you're in, because right now it is 11:54, 6 minutes away until the actual Road to the Knockout Team 2 is coming out. You can obviously trade with some of these Road to the Knockout cards. Now, I don't believe you're going to see the Road to the Knockouts be lowest in that first hour like some of the cards were last week, where they went really low first hour because of all the save packs. Then they skyrocketed up, and then they came back down, and then they went up a little bit after that. I think it's going to be something to do with like a few hours of maybe like a drop off, and then you'll see maybe around like 9 p.m. is when you'll see the market start to rise for cards like that as they get rare. But it's hard trading with first day cards. It really is. It's risky trading, as I always say. It's not a guaranteed method on how to make coins. It's got to be something where you just where the bottom point is on cards, and very few people in this community know how to do that in terms of trying to get the absolute lowest on a card. So I think that's it for the video tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I'll probably, be pissed off at myself if I forget something, as I'm editing this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.